This is like the burger you get at a nice restaurant. This is like the burger you get at like a bar. Or like after the bar, if you know what I'm talking about. What's up guys, it's Kat and Deb from Two Market Girls. Welcome back to another vegan recipe and everyone's favorite thing for us to do.
Challenges!
Yay!
Is it the favorite thing? I think cookbooks are becoming popular too, and our kitchen takeovers.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe this wasn't the most popular thing. Who knows?
Do you guys still enjoy these? Because if you don't, it's okay.
No. I still enjoy these, so we're gonna do them regardless.
Okay. But make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss all of this awesome vegan shenanigans.
Yeah, and we are more than halfway through June right now, I'm pretty sure. We're all through the month of June. We've been doing kind of summer barbecue-y type recipes because we're leading up to one of my favorite days of the year, Canada Day, and if you live in the States, 4th of July, those kind of like really like, it's like the definition of summer on those days. It's days where you get together with friends, have some beer, have some drinks, barbecue up some good burgers or something like that, and just hang out outside.
So nice.
So it's one of my favorite days of the year, and we've been doing a whole bunch of recipes that you can bring to like a potluck or host your own barbecue with. And today we thought it wouldn't be complete without a challenge.
No, what is?
Obviously it wouldn't be complete without a burger, so we thought we'd give you 2 burgers.
Yes.
A burger challenge.
Yay! So we both made completely different burgers, and you get to vote for which one you like better. It'll be linked in the card.
Yeah.
But what kind of burger did you make, Catherine?
So I went with my very typical flavors, which seems to be I just seem to be going through these flavors. They're my go-to ones. They're my favorite. I went for a Korean barbecue burger. It's kind of like not just Korean. It's more like an Asian fusion burger. Like there's a lot of different components to like Asian food in there, but it's got the really good gochujang spice in there, which gives it that nice Korean taste.
So many flavors. And then I went for my typical ingredients and I put buffalo sauce on something. I did a puff pastry mac and cheese burger. So the bun is puff pastry and mac and cheese.
Yeah, she decided, like, I really liked the creativity you went for because you wanted to put mac and cheese on a burger, but it's been on a burger so many times. It's been in a burger so many times, but I don't think it's ever been in the bun.
Yeah.
So, but before we get to these recipes, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we've got some awesome recipes coming up. We had some awesome recipes that have passed, but you know, there's so many good ones coming up, some kitchen takeovers, some more cookbook reviews, so many awesome things. I think summer's like our favorite time to do videos because, I mean, we have awesome light and because it's some of my favorite food happens in the summer.
It's my favorite time for everything. I love summer.
So let's get to these recipes. To make my Korean barbecue burger, we are going to start off by prepping the actual toppings for it because those can sit a little longer than a burger patty can. So we're going to start off by doing our miso candied bacon. To do that, we need to combine a little bit of miso paste with some maple syrup, rice vinegar, soy sauce, and a little bit of allspice. Just mix that in until you get a nice smooth consistency. Then we're going to be taking 4 slices of our King's Vegetarian Vegan Bacon. That's just our local bacon we can get here. You can choose whatever vegan bacon that you want. Then we're just going to place those on a lined baking sheet and brush on that nice miso maple glaze onto both sides of the bacon. And then we're going to bake it in an oven preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. At the 10-minute marker, you're going to want to flip it and cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes depending on the bacon that you're using. While the bacon cooks, we're going to prep our carrot and kale slaw that's going to go on top. It's a really simple slaw. We're just combining some shredded kale. I'm using black kale, but you can use any kale that you want. Then we're also going to add some shredded carrots along with 1 full lime juiced and a little bit of sesame seeds. And then just using your hands, you're going to really massage the lime juice into the kale and the carrots. This is going to really help break it down and make it a lot easier and yummier to eat. Alright, and then you just let that sit. The longer it sits, the easier the kale is going to become to eat. So next up, we're going to make our burger patties. Now, we're using the Beyond Burger patty solely because we can start adding things to it because it kind of mimics a little bit like ground beef. We're going to add our Beyond Meat patties to a bowl along with some finely chopped cilantro, ginger paste, minced garlic, green onions, maple syrup, soy sauce, rice vinegar, and gochujang. And then just using your hands or a spoon, you just mix that all in until it's nice and combined. Now, this is going to make your patties a lot more delicate. So what you can do, if you want, I chose not to, but you can add some panko breadcrumbs to help absorb some of that extra moisture you added into it. Or you can just cook them on a cast iron pan on your stove if you don't have a barbecue, or cook them on a cast iron pan on the barbecue if you love a barbecue like I do. So we're gonna get those cooked until they're nice and golden brown and a little bit charred on the outside if that's what you like, because that is what I like. And then we are just going to build our burger. So you're gonna start off with some toasted sesame seed classic burger buns. We're gonna put some mayo on both of those buns. Then we're going to top it with some fresh lettuce, add the burger on top, add the bacon, some freshly sliced cucumbers for a nice little fresh kick because there's a lot of flavors going on, and then top with that kale slaw and the burger on top, and you're going to serve.
Okay, to make my puff pastry mac and cheese burger, I am so proud. You're gonna start off by making the mac and cheese. So I just boiled a bunch of classic macaroni. Then you're gonna add in shredded cheese. I used Daiya cheddar cheese shreds. Then a little bit of non-dairy milk, a little bit of butter, and just keep stirring it together till the cheese melts down and it gets nice and smooth. If you find that it's getting too chunky, add a little bit more milk. Once it's all mixed in and nice cheesy and gooey, you're gonna add in the buffalo sauce and mix it until it's well combined. Then you're gonna set that mac and cheese aside because you want it to cool before you put it in the puff pastry. So while the mac and cheese is cooling, you're gonna roll out your puff pastry. You want it about 1/4 of an inch thick. And then I used a cookie cutter to cut out 8 circles because we're making 2 buns and you need a top and a bottom. Math. Once they're rolled out, you're gonna put them on a lined baking sheet. Then you're gonna add a little bit of the mac and cheese once it is cooled. And then you wanna go around the rim of the puff pastry and add some water so it'll help it stick. Put a piece of puff pastry on top of that and make sure you seal it first with your fingers and then with a fork. And then I brushed on some melted vegan butter and sprinkled it with sesame seeds. And then you're gonna bake them in an oven preheated to 400 degrees for about 17 minutes. This will depend on which kind of puff pastry you get and what the instructions say, but I did it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 17 minutes. You want it until it's like golden brown. While the puff pastry is cooking, you're gonna do your vegetables. So in a cast iron pan, you're gonna add some vegan butter. Once that melted down, you're gonna add in your sliced yellow onion and mix it around a little bit and then let it sweat. We want these onions to caramelize real nice. Once they've started to cook down a little bit, you can add in your mushrooms and also let those sweat and cook down. Then you're gonna add in your sweet peppers, let them sweat and cook down. And then the final step is to add in a little bit of liquid smoke, mix it all together, and just let it soak up that smokiness. Once you're done with your sauteed vegetables, you're gonna cook the burger. So I used 2 Beyond Meat patties cooked on the barbecue. And now you're ready to assemble your burger. So you're gonna take some puff pastry buns, add a little bit of blue cheese dressing. I used Earth Island or Follow Your Heart's blue cheese dressing. You could also use a ranch. Then you're gonna put on that patty, then the sauteed vegetables, and then the top bun. And that's your mac and cheese burger. Okay, finally.
I want to try yours.
We're trying mine first? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's so different.
It's not warm anymore, but you know, we're used to that.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had puff pastry on a burger.
Me neither. And I hadn't really seen it done, but you know.
All right.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. It was a good burger.
That's good. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it might be a little dry because there's not tons of sauce on it, but it's not.
No.
It's yummy.
I actually think it could have more buffalo sauce on it, but you know how I am. Frank's
really
Red Hot,
yummy.
call me.
It's it's a messy burger. Eat this outside. Okay, that's really good. It's so yummy. Yeah, it could definitely use more buffalo, which I'm a little shocked about. But yeah. All right, next up, Korean barbecue burger.
These are like such different flavors. Oh boy.
Ready?
No, really, but okay.
So good.
Damn.
Good? I like this.
I keep getting hit with all these different flavors.
It's so nice, right? It's also like, I tried my best to get that balance between like a lot of like in-your-face flavors, but then you get the freshness from like the lettuce and the cucumber and the carrots and.
This is like the burger you get at a nice restaurant. This is like the burger you get at like a bar. Or like after the bar, if you know what I'm talking about. Damn.
I am so happy. Okay, I'm not like Beyond Meat's biggest fan. They're a little expensive for my taste, but I love that you can use them and add things to them. I like that it mimics ground beef like that, so you can just make your own burgers.
I think for summer, I like yours better because it's fresher.
Yours is like much comforty.
Yeah.
And like you're super high one day.
It does really seem like stoner food. I know. I'm not high. I wasn't high when I thought of this. I'm just that smart.
Or it seems like carnival food. At a fair or something.
Like at the X. This is gonna be at the X this year.
Yeah.
Canadian National Exhibition.
Imagine a Two Market Girls booth at the X.
There'd be buffalo sauce and cheese and donuts and fried stuff. You guys always say that it's so hard to pick who to vote for.
We're gonna make you pick.
I feel like we've made it harder because they're so different.
I mean, I'm biased, but I still think I'd pick mine because I do really love these flavors. And I think Devin would pick hers because she really likes those flavors. But I mean, there has been videos where we've picked each other's, so that's how I think just how even it is. I think honestly it comes down to what kind of flavors you like. Cause like I think they were both about the same amount of work too.
Oh, I'm so sorry we made this so difficult for you. But I'm not sorry because you just got 2 awesome recipes.
Yeah. This is my favorite challenge to date, for sure.
Ever? Whoa.
Also because I just really like burgers, so. I'm so happy with this.
Me too.
Okay, yeah, so make sure you vote for your favorite up in the card. Also, let us know why down below. I'm curious for the reasonings because they are so, like, evenly matched. I want to know what's making that, like, just above for people. Let us know your favorite burger toppings.
Let's talk about burgers in the comments.
What's your favorite burger toppings? Like, what are your go-to things? Maybe what's the weirdest burger you've eaten? Because I think these are both kind of weirder burgers.
Yeah, they're not.
Yours is weirder than mine.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
But I think they're both kind of weird-ish burgers, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to know what your kind of like weirdest carnival-style burger or like just like things that you don't normally have on a burger was. We're just talking about all burgers.
Let's do it up.
Let's do it up.
Do it up. In the description box below will be a link to both of these recipes as well as a link to our podcast. Check that out. We talk about veganism. We talk about social media. We talk about running our blog and our photography and videography stuff and, you know, trending news topics when the vegans are out of control. We talk about that.
There's also a link to our merch.
Yep.
We have sweaters and t-shirts and maybe more one day. We might get hats.
Hats, bags. I don't know. We want it all.
No, go ahead. I don't know what I was going to say.
No, I think that's it. That's all we got to say.
Do we want to talk about the cookbook at all? Because it'll be out by now.
That's such a good cliffhanger, and we should just stop now. And see how many people will watch to the end of the video and are like, what cookbook?
Okay. Sure.
That's right.
I think a lot of people watch.
But if you subscribe to the podcast,
you'll know.
We've already talked about it.
Yeah, so we actually talk about, I think, a lot of things that we don't officially announce on the channel, on our podcast, because it's a place that we use a lot to just talk and brainstorm,
Yeah.
like while recording.
Yeah.
So if you want like a little like sneak peek as to things to come, things we're thinking about doing, really like subscribe to the podcast because that's where you're gonna get all of that.
Comes out every Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.